the chapter admission. Now let us start with the chapter retirement. In retirement chapter of a retirement of a partner, what are the things which we'll be talking about are as follows. First and foremost, like in the case of admission of a partner, in case of retirement also we'll calculate the concept of the new profit sharing ratio. Now, it is very simple to understand that when one of the partners retire, what is happening is that the remaining partners are continuing the business. So, a new partnership deed is absolutely formed by the continuing partners and they continue the business with the new profit sharing ratio. Now, like in the case of admission, we had calculated something called the sacrificing ratio. In case of retirement, we'll calculate something called the gaining ratio, and we'll see that how we calculate. So today we'll concentrate on the sums on the concept of new profit sharing ratio on the retirement of a partner. Now let us take the first case in which we can see there are three partners A, B and C with a profit sharing ratio of 5:3:2, and we are asked to calculate the new profit sharing ratio on three cases, and the three cases are given to you on the retirement of A, on the retirement of B and on the retirement of C. It is a very simple calculation. Just see what is happening. When we had the three partners A, B and C, their profit sharing ratio was 5:3:2. Now what is case A? A has retired. So who is left? Only B and C are left. So what is the ratio among them left? 3:2. The ratio among B is to C will be 3:2. Now if you see in case B, second partner B has retired. So who is left? A and C is left. So the ratio among them is 5:2. And in the third case, you can see very carefully that C has retired. So we are left with A and B. So the ratio among them will be 5:3. So this is a very simple calculation. We need to know this, that when no information is given, and the only information given is about a retirement of a specific partner, the new ratio will remain as it is, like that, which was the old ratio. You can see over here the old ratio was 5:3:2 of the partners, and when the first partner A has retired, the remaining partners has the ratio which was earlier, and when B has retired, that ratio still remains, and when C has retired, the ratio still remains. You can see 3:2, 5:2 and 5:3 respectively. Now let us move on to the another question. Here we can see that there are three partners D, E and F, and their profit sharing ratio is 8:7:5, and one of the partners E has retired and his share is taken equally by the continuing partners. Now whenever this type of share sum is given, we'll first calculate the share of the retiring partner, and then we will add up with the share which is being taken away by the continuing partners. Here the share has been taken away equally by the continuing partner. So we'll see how the share is basically given to the continuing partners. Please concentrate over here. There were three partners D, E and F, and their ratio was 8:7:5. Now E has retired. What was E's share? 7/20. And you can see that 7/20 has been taken equally by the other two partners. So if we take it equally 1/2, that means 7/40 has been taken by D and F. This is what the question has said. Now what is D's original share? D's original share is 8/20. With that we are adding 7/40. If you see, the LCM is 40, and now 40 divided by 20 is 2, plus 8 is 16. Okay, if you multiply 2 and 8, we get 16, and we have 7 over here, which gives us 23/40. So this is D's share, new share. Now what will be F's new share? F's original share was 5/20. With that we are adding 7/40 over here. Please see very carefully. LCM is obviously 40, and now we are having 10 plus 7, that gives us 17/40. Therefore the new profit sharing ratio between D and F is 23 is to 17. So this was the question which was asked to calculate the new profit sharing ratio, and we have got the new profit sharing ratio between D and F as 23 is to 17. Now let us continue with the same sum but three different cases. Now you have seen that in the previous sum also we had taken three partners D, E and F, and their profit sharing ratio as 8 is to 7 is to 5. I am keeping that constant, but I am changing something over here. You can see E has retired and his share is taken entirely by D, entirely by F, or it is being taken by D and F in the ratio of 3 to 2. In all the three cases, we will calculate the new profit sharing ratio. Let us see how is it calculated. In the first case, A, you can see the entire share of E. What is E's share? E's share is 7 by 20, and that is taken by whom? By D. So D's share now becomes 8 by 20 plus 7 by 20, that becomes 15 by 20. Therefore, the new profit sharing ratio is 15 is to 5. Why? Because only D took and F did not get anything. Now in case B, what is we are talking, who is getting? F is getting. What is F's original share? F's original share is 5 by 20. 5 by 20 plus 7 by 20 gives us a figure of 12 by 20, and therefore the new profit sharing ratio in this case is 8 by 12. So you can see very carefully, if D had taken the entire share, the new profit sharing ratio would have become 15 by 5, which we can reduce to the lower term if you want. It can become 3 is to 1, and if it is taken by F, the ratio is becoming 8 is to 12, and we can also reduce that to a lower term, which will obviously become 2 is to 3. Okay, so and in the third case, we can see over here, E's share is being taken by D and F in the ratio of 3 to 2. So first we'll see how much D will get, then we'll see how much F will get, and then we'll add those shares. Is it very clear? So what is E's share? E's share is 7 by 20. 7 by 20 into 3 by 5. That is how much? 21 by 100. This is what will be given to D. Okay, and next one you can see 7 by 20 into 2 by 5, that is 14 by 100, will be given to F. Now what will be D's new share? D's old share was how much? You can see over here 8 by 20. With that we have to add 21 by 100. Obviously the LCM will be 100 over here. So you can see 100 divided by 20 will give us 5, and 5 into 8 will give us 40. 40 plus 21 gives us 61 by 100. And for that, for the next partner, that is F, F will be having a ratio of 5 by 20 initially. With that we will be adding 14 by 100. If you see very carefully, the LCM will be 100 over here again, and if we divide 120, how much do we get? 5. 5 into 5 gives us 25 plus 14, that gives us a value of 39 by 100. So therefore the new profit sharing ratio will give us 61 by 39, and this cannot be reduced down to a lower term. So in this case we have calculated new profit sharing ratio in three cases. In the first case it became 3 is to 1, in the second case it became 2 is to 3, in the third case it became 61 is to 39. After solving these sums, now we'll straight away move to the sums from the textbook, and we will do some sums from the textbook and see how it is calculated. After explaining three examples to you, now we'll start away with the sums from the textbook. As you all know that we are following the D.K. Goyal book, and I'm talking about the sums from the latest edition. If you have an old edition, the sum numbers may differ in your textbook. So we'll start with sum number 2, which is given in the latest edition, and we'll then do sum number 4b and see the questions. In sum number 2, the question is given X, Y and Z are partners with a PSR of 2 by 3 1 by 4 and 1 by 12. Now you can see over here the ratio is given in the fraction, and whenever ratios are given in the fraction, the first thing which we need to do is to convert it into ratios, and then we have to go ahead with the sum. And you can see x has retired and no additional information is given, and we have to calculate the new profit sharing ratio. You remember the first example which I had shown you, okay? It will be based on that, and let us see now how we will get it. So what is the ratio of x? You can see over here, if you take the common denominator x, y and z, if we take a common denominator as 12, you can see 12 and 3. If we divide 12 divided by 3, we get 4. 4 into 2 gives us 8. And next, if you divide 12 and 4, we get a 3 and we have 1. So the PSR actually is 8:3:1. Now who is retiring? X is retiring. So if X is retiring, X is no more. So we are only left with Y and Z. So the ratio will be 3:1. Repeat again, as X is not there, only Y and Z is there, and the new profit sharing ratio will be 3:1. Now let us move on to question number 4b, where we can see that there are three partners A, B and C with a profit sharing ratio of 4:3:1, and A has retired. And A's share is taken equally by B and C. So first let us see what is A's share. A's share is 4 by 8. Have you seen it? 4 plus 3 plus 1. So 4 by 8, and it has been taken equally. That means 1 by 2. That means 4 by 16. If you reduce it, that becomes 1 by 4 by both B and C. So what will be B's share now? B's original share was 3 by 8 plus 1 by 4. If we do, the LCM becomes 8. 3 plus 2 gives us 5 by 8. And what will be the share of C? C's original share was 1 by 8 plus 1 by 4, which gives us LCM as 8, and 1 plus 2, that gives us 3 by 8. Therefore, the new profit sharing ratio in this case is 5:3. So we have now solved two questions, question number 2 and question number 4b. I'll come up with more questions shortly. Now we will do the sum number 5, which is a case of retirement as well as admission. You can see over here that there are three partners P, Q and R, and their profit sharing ratio is given as half is to 2 by 6 is to 1 by 6, and I have already told you, if it is given in a fraction, you have to convert it into the ratio, which will do it. And R has retired, and P has and Q has taken the share of R in the ratio of 2:1. After that, what has happened is S is admitted for 1/4 share, and out of the 1/4 share, 1/3 of the share was given by P, and the remaining 2/3 was given equally by P and Q. So we'll now start doing the sum. First we'll take care of the retirement phase, and then we'll take care of the admission phase. You know that in retirement what happens, that the share of R will be taken by P and Q, and on admission what will be happening is the share of P and Q will be given to S. Let us see how it is solved. Now first we can see that the ratio is given half to 2 by 6 and 1 by 6. So we'll take the common denominator P, Q and R. The common denominator is 6, and therefore the ratio will be 3:2:1. This is the first thing we should be very clear, because the common denominator is 6, and if you divide 6 and 2, we'll get a 3. We have over here 6 divided by 6 is 1, so 2 and 1. Okay, so the profit sharing ratio is 3:2:1. Now who has retired? R has retired. What is R share? 1 by 6, and it is taken in the ratio of 2:1. So it is taken in the ratio of 2:1 by the two partners P and Q. So how much has P taken? See very carefully. 1/6 into 2 by 3, that is 2 by 18. And how much has Q taken? That is 1/6 into 1 by 3, that is 1 by 18. So what is the new share of P? The new share of P, please see very carefully, 3 by 6 plus 2 by 18. So the LCM over here is obviously 18. So now if we divide 18 and 6, how much do we get? 3. 3 into 3 is 9 plus 2, which we get 11 by 18. And similarly, if we take that for Q, Q's original share was how much? 2 by 6 plus 1 by 18. Now if you see, 18 is the common denominator. So over here we'll have 6 plus 1, that is 7 by 18. So therefore the new profit sharing ratio between P and Q is 11:7. This is the new profit sharing ratio, and after this what has happened is that S has come. Okay, now S comes in, and S comes in for 1/4 share. Okay, comes in for 1/4 share. Now 1/4 into 1 by 3, that is 1 by 12 from P, and the remaining, please see the remaining share. What is the remaining share? The remaining share will be 1/4 into 2 by 3, that is 2 by 12 equally. That means 1 by 12 from P and 1 by 12 from Q. So how much from P total? That means 1 by 12 plus 1 by 12, 2 by 12. Is it clear? So what is P left with? P's original share was 11 by 18 minus 2 by 12. If you see over here, if you cancel it 1 by 6, it is becoming, so the LCM will obviously become 18 over here. So over here 11 minus 3 will give us 8 by 18. So how much is left with Q? Q's share was 7 by 18 minus 1 by 12. What is the LCM between these two? 36. The LCM between 18 and 12 is 36. So if we divide 36 and 18, how much do we get? We get a 2. 2 into 14, 7 is getting 14. 2 into 7 gives us 14. And minus 3, we are left with 11 by 36. As we know that we have to make the denominators common, so if we make this denominator common over here, we will be having 16 by 36. So the new profit sharing ratio will be 16:11, you can see over here 16 plus 11, if you do, you end up getting a 27, and 27 minus 36 gives you a 9. So the new profit sharing ratio after the addition of S will be 16:11:9. So this was sum number 5 of the book, New Edition, D.K. Goyal.